Starters for the 8th race are at the gate, and the gate is moving. We're underway with the 8th race, third of 4 elimination dashes for colts in the Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity. 7 starters, Awesome Again with Gordy Hennessy, Hussy Chaser, Dave O'Brien. Elm Grove Dignity with Jason Hughes, Nightly Blues, Steve Mahar. Woodmere Some Terror with Earl Smith. Bucky's De La Hoya, Wayne McLean. Outside is Dakota Express and Calvin McCory. 7 starters, race 8. Here they come. They're off in Elm Grove Dignity, quickly pacing to the top. Awesome Again and on the outside, Woodmere Some Terror. They drive into the first turn. Awesome Again now assuming command. Woodmere Some Terror has second. Driving up on the outside to third is Dakota Express. 3 wide on the outside as they head up the backside for the opening quarter. And out from second comes Woodmere Some Terror bidding for the top. On the rail second is Elm Grove Dignity. Woodmere Some Terror skipping but back pacing by the opening quarter. Woodmere Some Terror on top, 29-1. Driving up on the outside, that's Bucky's De La Hoya now on the move, looking for the front. Now Bucky's De La Hoya, Woodmere Some Terror, Elm Grove Dignity third. Fourth on the outside is Dakota Express after making a skip, and they make their way past the 3/8 and down the stretch they come for the half. Cutting it out now is Bucky's De La Hoya. On the rail second, Woodmere Some Terror. Dakota Express hangs third on the outside. Following with cover is Hussy Chaser, the half in a minute flat. Racing into the turn, they head to the 5/8 and on top, Bucky's De La Hoya. Woodmere Some Terror second. That's Dakota Express. Yet to see the rail, now moving on the outside. Elm Grove Dignity racing fourth along the rail. Hussy Chaser fifth on the outside with cover. Then it's Awesome Again and Nightly Blues trails, and they drive up the backside. Under a tight hold, Bucky's De La Hoya continues to lead the field. Back to second, Woodmere Some Terror. Dakota Express. And tipping out 3 wide goes Hussy Chaser. 3/4, 131-1. 3 wide in the far turn. Bucky's De La Hoya, 3 wide. Hussy Chaser coming on. On the inside, Woodmere Some Terror. Dakota Express is there as well. So is Elm Grove Dignity bunched around the far turn. Here they come for home. It's Bucky's De La Hoya. On the outside, Hussy Chaser is coming on. So is Woodmere Some Terror. Woodmere Some Terror and out of the front. Hussy Chaser and Elm Grove Dignity looks like he's there for third at the line. Woodmere Some Terror, Hussy Chaser, Elm Grove Dignity. Then Bucky's De La Hoya, Dakota Express, Nightly Blues, and Awesome Again. Time of the mile, 2:02-4. The inquiry sign is up. Running back now, winner of the 8th race, our third colt division of the Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity. Winner number 5, Woodmere Some Terror, Bay Colt. By Nuclear Terror out of Some Nice Friday, she by Willow Bird. Owned by Dave Bishop of Pompano, Florida. Tony Bishop of New York City. Trained by David Bishop, Earl Smith getting the drive this afternoon. It's the first lifetime win for this freshman colt, winning this afternoon in a maiden record of 2:02-4. Congratulations to Woodmere Some Terror. His owners, David and Tony Bishop, trainer David Bishop and driver Earl Smith, winning this third elimination for colts, the Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity. Judges will wait 2:02-4. Card should read from the top 723-6145 in the mile and 8 starters, race 12. Here they come. They're off and from post 5. No Joke is rough leaving. He's off stride. Remo now moves to the top and they're moving around No Joke as they hit that first turn. Your leader is Remo. No Joke is back on stride, moving second on the outside. On the outside, racing third is Last of Bella. They're by the 8th. Woodmere Some Terror pacing on the rail in 4th. Then it's Woodmere Dropper 5th. Mr. Ralston moving on the outside 6th. Then it's Hussy Chaser, Southview, Sabre Trails, and they're racing by the quarter. That's Last of Bella rushing up on the outside. The quarter, 29-1. Last of Bella now assumes command. Remo sits pretty in second. No Joke has room on the rail in third. Then it's Woodmere Some Terror racing fourth. Mr. Ralston's on the outside. He's first over 5th. followed by Woodmere Dropper, and they're around the turn, racing in front of the grandstand. For the half, your leader is Last of Bella, enjoying the front end. Racing second, Remo, No Joke, and they're 3 wide now as Woodmere Dropper moves up to third on the outside, followed by Southview Sabre, the half a minute flat, and they're out 3 wide already. Into the turn, 3 wide, they head to the 5/8. It is Last of Bella. On the outside, racing second, Woodmere Dropper. That's Southview Sabre, 3 wide now third. Remo on the rail fourth. Mr. Ralston racing with them fifth. Then it's No Joke. Woodmere Some Terror. Hussy Chaser trails, and they're racing up the backside. To the 3/4. It is Last of Bella, 3 parts of a length over Woodmere Dropper. Remo is back to third. 1:29 3. Better than 2 minutes speed as they pass the 3/4. Last of Bella going to be the one to catch in the home stretch. Opening up 2 lengths. Woodmere Dropper. Remo works up on the inside. 1/8 to go. Last of Bella. Danny Romo with a healthy lead coming for home. It is Last of Bella. Remo, Woodmere Dropper. No Joke to the inside. Last of Bella moving away. He's got 5 lengths on them. He will win the $50,000 final of the Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity. For 2-year-old pacing colts, it looks like Woodmere Some Terror up for second. Woodmere Dropper, the others Remo, No Joke, Hussy Chaser, Mr. Ralston, Southview Sabre. Time of the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5. Is a bay colt by Arcane Hanover out of Asti Spumate. She by Matt's Scooter. Bred by Arthur Mercer of Sydney, Nova Scotia. Owned by Art Mercer and Robert Skinner of Truro, trained by Bradley Jones, and as we mentioned, Danny Romo driving this afternoon from 11 lifetime starts. Last of Bella hits the winner's circle for the 9th time this afternoon over and off track in 2 minutes and 2/5. Once again, in the winner's enclosure, congratulating the winner with the colored cooler, representing the Maritime Breeders Association, Mr. Ken Sterrett, representing the Atlantic Lottery Corporation, Mr. Chris Connor. Lots of congratulations due this afternoon. In the winner's circle now, we congratulate Last of Bella, his breeder Arthur Mercer, owner Art Mercer and Robert Skinner, trainer Bradley Jones, and Danny Romo. Fine drive here this afternoon, moving to the front past the quarter, never looking back, winning the 12th and final in 2 minutes and 2/5. Last of Bella is your Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity Colt champion. Dave O'Brien, call the judges stand, please. Dave O'Brien. The gate is moving. Starters for the 4th race behind the gate and at the top of the stretch. Awesome Again is scratched. We have Mr. Ralston with Bob Kraft. Bird Tonight, Brian Moore. Don't Let Me Down with Mike Downey. Woodmere Some Terror and Jill Berrio. The Last High Hope, Todd Trites. Nightly Blues with Steve Mahar, and from the outside, No Joke, Kenny Arsenault. 7 starters, race 4. Here they come. They're off. Don't Let Me Down, and Woodmere Some Terror out there battling for the early lead. On the inside, Don't Let Me Down. Woodmere Some Terror on the outside, driving second. Mr. Ralston third. That's the Last High Hope up on the outside, 2 third. Fanning out 3 wide as they race by the 8th and head to the opening quarter. They're 3 wide up the backstretch. On the extreme outside, the Last High Hope bidding for the top. In between horses, Woodmere Some Terror has second. Don't Let Me Down in third. Mr. Ralston fourth. Then it is Bird Tonight. Opening quarter, 29-1. Nightly Blues, No Joke trails the field. They race into the turn, pacing out on top now, the Last High Hope. He has a 2-length lead over Woodmere Some Terror. Racing third, Don't Let Me Down. Mr. Ralston has fourth, and they're spread out fairly well as they race through the stretch for the half. Counting it out, the Last High Hope. Todd Trites is your leader at the opening half, a 2-length lead over Woodmere Some Terror. Don't Let Me Down pacing third. The opening half in 58-4, and they hit the turn for the second time. Racing to the 5/8, the Last High Hope, still with a 2.5-length lead. Woodmere Some Terror and Don't Let Me Down has third. They're by the 5/8. Mr. Ralston now moving from fourth. On the outside, No Joke from fifth. hits to the outside. Then it's Bird Tonight. Nightly Blues trails to the 3/4. Racing on top, the last High Hope. Here comes Woodmere Some Terror. No Joke is 3 wide. Woodmere Some Terror quickly grabbing the top 3/4. 1:30-1. Woodmere Some Terror, No Joke, strong on the outside. Mr. Ralston has come to 3rd. The last High Hope fading 4th. Then it's Bird Tonight, Don't Let Me Down, and Nightly Blues. Racing around the turn, No Joke in the middle of the track, racing to the top. Woodmere Some Terror. Here comes Mr. Ralston. Up on the outside, it's Mr. Ralston now in deep stretch. Here they are. Mr. Ralston wins it tight for place. Looks like No Joke and Woodmere Some Terror. Then Bird Tonight, the last High Hope, Don't Let Me Down, and Nightly Blues. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 3/5. And we parade back now, winner of the 4th race. Quite a trip here this afternoon. Off-track conditions. Tracking's rated good right now. Winner of the 4th race, number 1, Mr. Ralston. A bay colt, just 2 years, by Arcane Hanover out of Yay Ralston. She by Warm Breeze. Owned and bred by Teresa Taylor. Trained and driven by Bob Kraft. Mr. Ralston, 2nd lifetime win from 6 lifetime starts. It's a new record for the young son of Arcane Hanover. 2 minutes and 3/5. What a trip here this afternoon over good track conditions, softened by rain. Mr. Ralston and Bob Kraft, 2 minutes and 3/5, winning our 4th race. Result of the 4th, Bird Tonight was 4th. Don't Let Me Down, 6th. Woodmere Some Terror, 3rd.
Approaching the top of the stretch, 6 starters. Edredor and Todd Treitz. Alan Rod's Bobby Kraft. Woodmere Some Terror, Steve Mahar. Charlotte's Den, Brian Moore. Chat room with Mike Campbell and the Town Terror, Jill Berrio. Here they come. They're off, stepping out for the lead. Ellen Rod's on up on the outside. Woodmere Some Terror. Charlotte's Den, 3 wide. Racing on 3rd, swinging around the turret. Ellen Rod's holding that lead, and Woodmere Some Terror. At her wheel and outside of him goes Charlotte's Den. They're 3 wide, neck and neck for the lead as they race on to the quarter, and Charlotte's Den grabs the top. Now Woodmere Some Terror settles in the rail, is racing 2nd. Ellen Rod's is at 3rd. They're by that opening quarter. 28 seconds. Let me say again, 28 seconds for the Colts, and it is Charlotte's Den. Woodmere Some Terror racing 2nd. Ellen Rod's right there, 3rd. Then we go to Edredor, Chat Room, and the Town Terror trailing, and they're swinging off the turn. On through the stretch, they come driving to the half, and Charlotte's Den shows the way, leads by 2. Woodmere Some Terror 2nd. Ellen Rod's is 3rd. The Town Terror 4th. Edredor and Chat Room that half. 58 and 3. Round the turn they drive to the 5/8. Charlotte's Den showing the way. Woodmere Some Terror is 2nd. The Town Terror up on the outside now to 3rd. Ellen Rod's is 4th. Edredor 5th. And Chat Room trailing, and they go to the 3/4, and there goes Woodmere Some Terror out from 2nd, challenging for the lead. Charlotte's Den holds it by a neck. Woodmere Some Terror is 2nd. The Town Terror right there 3rd. So is Ellen Rod. She's right there. Back to 3rd, 3/4, 1:28 and 4. Round the top turn. Charlotte's Den a length and a half. Woodmere Some Terror, Ellen Rod's, the Town Terror, Chat Room, and Edredor. Heading home, it is Charlotte's Den. He's stepping out a bit. Charlotte's Den, Woodmere Some Terror, the Town Terror, Ellen Rod's. Charlotte's Den holding at the line. Charlotte's Den, Woodmere Some Terror. Charlotte's Den, Woodmere Some Terror. The Town Terror, Ellen Rod's. Chat Room, Edredor. Time for the mile, 1:59 and 3. $21,273. Gate is moving, approaching top of the stretch. Flex Appeal with Rod Jameson, Woodmere Dropper, Kenny Arsenault. Tickle Me Urban and Steve Mahar, Mr. Ralston, Bobby Kraft. The Town Terror, Gary McDonald. Woodmere Some Terror, Earl Smith. Kilkerran Rebel, John McKinnon. Remo, Jill Berrio. Here they come. They're off rushing for the top. Tickle Me Irvin up along the inside. Flex Appeal. On the outside, Mr. Ralston is wide. Racing on fourth now as Woodmere Dropper moves up to third. They are going by the eighth pole, pacing on top. It is Tickle Me Irvin. He now grabs the top. Flex Appeal racing is second. Woodmere Dropper third. Mr. Ralston goes to the rail. He is fourth. Remo is fifth. Then Woodmere Some Terror, the Town Terror. Kilcairn Rebel trails. They're by that quarter, 28 and 4. Into the top turn, Tickle Me Irvin, and up on the outside, strong goes Woodmere Dropper. He grabs the top. Woodmere Dropper now the leader. Tickle Me Irvin is second. Flex Appeal third. Mr. Ralston's outside moving fourth. Remo has a fifth. Woodmere Some Terror, the Town Terror, and Kilcairn Rebel, and they come to the half, and it's Woodmere Dropper in command. Up on the outside, here comes Mr. Ralston. He's on to third and going on as they go by the half in 58 and 2. Into the turn, driving to the 5/8 now. Woodmere Dropper, Mr. Ralston at his wheel, a strong second. Tickle Me Irvin is third. Remo outside follows cover. He's fourth. Flex Appeal locked in fifth. Then Woodmere Some Terror, the Town Terror, Kilcairn Rebel. Onto the three-quarters, Woodmere Dropper well in hand. And going at him on the outside, Mr. Ralston. Tickle Me Irvin right there, third. By the three-quarters, 127 and 3. Top turn, Woodmere Dropper, Mr. Ralston. Then Tickle Me Irvin on the outside, Remo. Then Flex Appeal still looks for room. Woodmere Some Terror. They come swinging for home, and it's Woodmere Dropper, Mr. Ralston coming on second, but can't catch him. They're on the outside, Woodmere Some Terror coming on. Woodmere Dropper, Mr. Ralston. Woodmere Dropper, Mr. Ralston. Woodmere Some Terror, Flex Appeal, Tickle Me Irvin, Remo, Kilcairn Rebel, the Town Terror, and the time for the mile, 1:57 and 3. La Jolla, then slightly modified fourth, the Town Terror, then Elm Grove Dignity and Bird Tonight trailing. They swing through the stretch of driving to the half, and it's Woodmere Some Terror. He is cutting it out with Charlotte's Den uptight second. Then racing a third is Bucky Steele La Jolla. Here comes the Town Terror out from fifth, and there goes Bucky Steele La Jolla out from third. They're by that half in a minute flat. Head of the turn, they drive to the 5/8, and it is Woodmere Some Terror. Then sitting second, Charlotte's Den. Bucky Steele La Jolla up on the outside, goes to second now. Charlotte's Den has rolled off stride. He is on the run after hitting a wheel. They drive to the three-quarters, Woodmere Some Terror, Bucky Steele La Jolla. Elm Grove Dignity up on the inside, goes to third, way wide. It is the Town Terror racing on fourth. They're by the three-quarters in 1:30 and 1. Top turn, Woodmere Some Terror, Bucky Steele La Jolla. Then the Town Terror, Elm Grove Dignity, then slightly modified Bird Tonight, and Charlotte's Den. They swing for home. It is Woodmere Some Terror. They're coming to him. The Town Terror up strong on the outside, comes on to second, but it's Woodmere Some Terror winning this. He does. The Town Terror, Elm Grove Dignity, Bucky Steele La Jolla, slightly modified Bird Tonight, and Charlotte's Den. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes, 2/5. Oh, he's 3. He's by Nuclear Terror from Some Nice Friday. She by Willowbird. Woodmere Some Terror, owned by Dave Bishop of Rothsay and Tony Bishop of New York, New York. Trained by Dave Bishop with Steve Mahar driving. The colt now 2 for 3. This is his second winning trip this year from 3 tries. This afternoon, 2 minutes and 2/5.
Evening 7th race. 4th Division Atlantic Sires 3-year-old pacing colt, sponsored by Summerside Chrysler Dodge. One is Woodmere Some Terror and Earl Smith. Kilcairn Raider 2 and John McKinnon. Elm Grove Dignity 3, Jason Hughes. Charlotte's Flight 4 and Phil Pinckney. Remo from 5 and Joe Barrio. Woodmere Dropper 6, Kenny Arsenault. They're on the gate. Showtime. They're off and pacing to a good start. Woodmere Some Terror at the rail. Coming up between horses, Charlotte's Flight and a Woodmere Dropper is being sent up on the outside into the turn third. He's off stride now. Woodmere Dropper rough gated, but he's back on now. Moving after them third. Racing fourth and at the rail as they turn up the back stretch is Kilcairn Raider. That in fifth, Elm Grove Dignity. And the trailer, that is Remo. Phil Pinckney has put Charlotte's Flight on the lead by 2 lengths. Second is Woodmere Some Terror. Now at the rail, Woodmere Dropper gets third. 29 and 2 at the quarter. On the turn in fourth, Kilcairn Raider. Elm Grove Dignity is fifth. And the trailer, that is Remo 6. They're swinging off the paddock turn, straightening down the stretch towards the half. Get set to watch them coming in front of us towards the half. And the leader, that's Charlotte's Flight. In at the rail, Woodmere Some Terror getting a perfect ride. Woodmere Dropper is third. Then in fourth, Kilcairn Raider. Elm Grove Dignity fifth. The trailer, Remo, 1 minute. 3/5 at the half. Charlotte's Flight's on top at 5/8. There goes Woodmere Dropper. Up now second. Third at the rail is Woodmere Some Terror. Remo on the outside, racing now to fourth. Then in fifth at the rail, they move along the back stretch, Kilcairn Raider and the trailer, Elm Grove Dignity. They're gone by 3/4, and it's still Charlotte's Flight. Woodmere Dropper the outside second. Woodmere Some Terror third. 131 flat, 3/4. This colt is pacing some. They're turning home. Charlotte's Flight out in front. Woodmere Some Terror, after a perfect ride on the outside, may have them collared now. They're in deep stretch. Slug fast. Woodmere Some Terror, Charlotte's Flight, maybe holding on. There'll be a win photo. Photo to win. Some Terror second. 2 Kilcairn Raider 6. 3 Elm Grove Dignity 5th. 4 Charlotte's Flight the winner. 5 Remo 3rd. 6 Woodmere Dropper 4th. Fractions 29 and 2. 1 minute 3/5. 131 mile 159 and 1.
3-year-old colts are now in the hands of the starter. It's post time. Race number 9 of the evening, Atlantic Sire Stake A division of the 3-year-old pacing colts has Flux Appeal, Maple Grove Lars, the Town Terra, Woodmere Some Terror, Kilcairn Raider, Bucky's De La Hoya, and Elm Grove Dignity. They are off and pacing. Flux Appeal down at the rail is off looking for the lead. Also driving out smartly is Woodmere Some Terror. Then Maple Grove Lars will grab a seat third, crossing over to find room at the rail in 4. That's Kilcairn Raider. Then coming away in 5 as they move by the 8th is Bucky's De La Hoya. Back there and racing from 6 in the early going. As they move through the backstretch for time 1 is number 7 Elm Grove Dignity. And sitting at the back of the field is the Town Terra. They move past that opening quarter. Battling on the front end is Flex Appeal and Woodmere Some Terror. In behind them, Maple Grove Lars is sitting 3rd. Then next in line and gapped out in 4, that is Kill Karen Raider. They were by the quarter in 28 and 2/5 seconds. The battle up front as they move off the top turn was won early anyway by Flex Appeal as they approach the halfway point. Then Maple Grove Lars fills up the pocket, backing off to fill the gap 3rd at the rail is Woodmere Some Terror. Then tightening up on the outside, Bucky's De La Hoya is moving uncovered 4th. At the rail, Kill Karen Raider is pacing in 5. Outside 6th is Elm Grove Dignity as they dip into the bend. 58 seconds flat was the half. They move on to the backside, final time. And it's Flex Appeal showing the way on the outside, and still there second within a half a length is Woodmere Some Terror. In behind them is Maple Grove Lars. Needing racing at the rail, 3rd, Bucky's De La Hoya. On the outside, gap in the cover, 4th, 5th, and on the outside, that is number 7, Elm Grove Dignity. They race now to the 7/8, and Flex Appeal is asked for more and opens up now by 3. Clear length second is Woodmere Some Terror. Maple Grove Lars looking to get off the rail now, 3rd. Outside, Bucky's De La Hoya is 4th, 1:28 and 3, and it's all Flex Appeal as they move off the top turn and straight now for the stretch drive. Flex Appeal is clear by 5 lengths as they drive to the payoff. Flex Appeal will win it here in the 9th race. Finishing 2nd is Woodmere Some Terror. Maple Grove Lars 3rd. Now back in victory lane, the winner of race 9, A division of the 3-year-old pacing colts, number 1, Flex Appeal. 3-year-old brown colt by dancer size out of the Troublemaker Dam, Bare Naked Lady. By Howie Anderson of New Glasgow, Perry and Wayne Ivany of Halifax, trained and driven by Rod Jameson. Flex Appeal pacing to a new life's mark of 1:57 and 2/5. In victory lane, making the cooler presentation on behalf of the Lennox Standardbred Breeders, Mr. Earl Skirman and Eldred Nicholson.
6 at the gate, Mr. Ralston with Richard Simard. The Town Terra, Gary McDonald. Woodmere Some Terror, Earl Smith. Charlotte's Flight with Danny Romo. Remo with Jill Barrio. Harry's Behavin', Todd Trites. Here they come. Clear off. Mr. Ralston has the lead, but going forward. Charlotte's Flight stepping up on the outside. Woodmere Some Terror gets to 3rd of the rail. Remo outside racing 4th. The Town Terra and Harry's Behavin' as they swing around the turn. Mr. Ralston the leader. On the outside challenging Charlotte's Flight. Mr. Ralston, Charlotte's Flight looks for a hole. Woodmere Some Terror tries to fill it as they drive on to the quarter. And pacing with the lead, it is Mr. Ralston. Charlotte's Flight gets in 29 and 1 by the quarter pole. Top turn. Mr. Ralston cutting it out, leads by 2. Charlotte's Flight gets to 2nd. That goes Harry's Behavin' up on the outside, winging on a strong 3rd. Woodmere Some Terror is 4th. Remo 5th. And the trailer, the Town Terra. Through the stretch they come to the half, and pacing on top it is Mr. Ralston. Harry's Behavin' on the outside, hangs tough 2nd. Charlotte's Flight right there 3rd. They go by the half in 59 seconds. Out of the turn, they drive to the 5/8, and Mr. Ralston shows the way. Charlotte's Flight has the 2-hole. On the outside of him, Harry's Behavin' is racing 3rd. Woodmere Some Terror locked in 4th. Up on the outside goes the Town Terra, and Remo trails on to the 3/4 pole. Mr. Ralston still pacing on top. On the outside, Harry's Behavin' tough. Remo swings out 3 wide. He is rushing on strong. 1:29 and 3 by the three-quarter pole. Top turn, Mr. Ralston. On the inside, Charlotte's Flight. On the far outside, Remo's a good third. Harry's Behaving fading between horses. Then Woodmere Some Terror, the Town Terror. Heading home, it is Mr. Ralston. Remo's coming to him. Charlotte's Flight is coming on. Woodmere Some Terror. It is going to be Mr. Ralston all the way. Then in tight for second, Woodmere Some Terror. Then Remo, Charlotte's Flight, the Town Terror, Harry's Behaving. And the time for the mile, 1:59 and 1.
Fernhill Lucky 1, Kenny Arsenault, Woodmere Some Terror 2, and Earl Smith. 3, Maple Grove Lars and Gary McDonald. Kilcairn Rebel 4, John McKinnon. Remo from 5 and Joe Barrio. Star Step on the outside 6 for Robert Lappin. 3-year-old Pacing Colts in the 6th. Here they come. There they go, off-hand Pacing and Star Step from the far outside. Remo going with him. Then at the rail, it's Fernhill Lucky. Third as they make the turn. Woodmere Some Terror now is 4th. Maple Grove Lars is 5th. The early triller, that is Kilcairn Rebel in 6th. At that opening 8th, Remo and Gilberto right on the front now, going to the opening quarter, leading it by 2. Star Step into the rail is 2nd. Fernhill Lucky away 3rd. Woodmere Some Terror at the rail in 4th. That's Maple Grove Lars 5th, and the trailer, that's Kilcairn Rebel in 6th. They arrived at that opener. Remo is the fraction setter. 28 and 2 was the time from the rail 2nd. That's Star Step. Fernhill Lucky racing 3rd. Woodmere Some Terror now slipping to the outside 4th. Maple Grove Lars has 5th, and the trailer, that is Kilcairn Rebel in 6th. They approach the opening half mile, and Remo will get them there. Star Step is 2nd. Woodmere Some Terror now first up on the outside 3rd. Maple Grove Lars following the cover on the outside 4th. Fernhill Lucky at the rail is 5th, and the trailer, that's Kilcairn Rebel 57 and 4. Big opener now on their way up the backstretch. 3/4 coming next. Remo on the front end. 2nd at the rail. That is Star Step. Woodmere Some Terror 3rd. Maple Grove Lars 4th. Way out there. That is Kilcairn Rebel circling up now. 3/4 and 1. 27 and 3. Boom! Just like that. 3-year-old Pacing Colts. 8th of a mile from home now. And it's Maple Grove Lars turning for home on the outside 2nd. Kilcairn Rebel racing at 3rd. That's Woodmere Some Terror. They're in deep. Stretch now. Coming to the finish. Maple Grove Lars for Gary McDonald to win it. 2nd is Kilcairn Rebel. 3rd on the outside is Fernhill Lucky. Results. In the 6th, 1 Fernhill Lucky 3rd. 2 Woodmere Some Terror finished 4th, was placed 6th for hooking wheels with 5 Remo and causing interference with 6 Star Step. 3 Maple Grove Lars the winner. 4 Kilcairn Rebel 2nd. 5 Remo finished 5th place 4th. 6 Star Step finished 6th place 5th. Here's the fractions. 28-2. 57 and 4. 127 and 3. And the mile in 157 and 2. Rechecking 361 245. The 7th race is up and coming.